and welcome to day 5 of our Hoop Sisters Academy Week. It's grand finale day. I think it's the grand finale. Who is here and excited to learn how to put the back of your quilt on while your block's in the hoop and then use our sashing method to finish it up? Anybody give me a me if you are super excited for today, because this isn't something that we usually cover that much in depth on our workshops. So, Evelyn's got perfect attendance. Cool. All right. So drop a me if you're excited for today, our grand finale and day 5 of Hoop Sisters Academy. And then also, if you are one of the perfect attendance people this week, you've been here on every single live, drop a number 5 in there for me. Look at all these people excited. Cool. I'm excited too. This is going to be a fun day and you are going to learn a lot. Okay, we've got some perfect attendance people. We've got some excited people. What if you consider yourself new to Hoop Sisters? You've never tried our method before, and you're here to learn how this all works this week. Put a number 1 in the comments for me. This is great. Okay. I love seeing these comments fly in. We're actually live on Facebook and YouTube, so they're flying in here every which way, which is really exciting. Okay, so this is the grand finale, and this week we released a brand new quilt, Woven Star, to you all. I'm sure you'll see that again behind the girls in just a moment. The other thing that we've been doing is $50 in Hoop Sisters store credit. We've been giving $50 away every day this week, and today is no different. So a total of $250 in store credit given away this week. So if you are looking forward to potentially being our last winner for the week, drop a number 1, but this time you're going to, oh, it's not 1. Is this my old slides? Uh-oh, hold on.
You get some new ones in there for you.
I should, hold on. That's not the word. That was yesterday. I got old slides. Give me a second. I can fix it.
New ones for you and email them to you. Do you need them?
I downloaded them. I just didn't upload the right one. I got it. This is what happens on a multi-day event. Don't type the number 1. That's not going to do anything. I think I got it right here.
Carolyn remembers old from yesterday.
Yeah, that is old from yesterday. The other one is uploading right now, but the word is sashing for today. Okay. So I'm just telling you what it is, because I know those are not the right slides because I have it set up. And the word is sashing because that's obviously what we're doing today. So we'll wait for my slides to kick in here. As we try to get the internet to, it says it's processing. So drop the word sashing in the comments, and that is going to get you into our giveaway for today. All right. My slides are still processing. Why don't you guys show the quilt behind you, Sarah, while I get these uploaded? I got to add you in. There you go.
All righty. Yeah. So I know a lot of you have been here all week long with us. So thank you for that.
Yeah,
Now,
that's awesome.
if anyone wasn't here all week long, should we introduce ourselves first? I always say we're kind of bad at doing this.
Yeah.
Well, tell them
getting
about
better.
Who are you?
Okay, I am Annie Moody, and I am one of the co-founders of Hoop Sisters, along with my sister Linda Remmers. And this is my daughter,
Hello.
Sarah Congdon.
Yeah. And
And
Aubrey and I.
What do you do here?
I don't know. What do I do? I mostly design and digitize, taught by one of the Hoop Sisters. So it's fun working together as a family. But yeah, so that's a little about who we are. And if you're brand new here, or if you are just showing up on one of our lives for the very first time, it's day 5 of Academy Week.
It is.
And along with Hoop Sisters Academy, we are releasing Woven Star, which is this really pretty design that you guys can see behind us. Do you want to tell them a little bit about this?
Yeah, absolutely. So this is basically, here is one star section right here. And this is the 8-inch blocks. We call them 8-inch because the center is 8 inches, these here. And the corners are slightly smaller than that. But basically, it comes in 8 inches and 5 inches. Has some phenomenal, gorgeous quilting on it. And has a fun, tricky way to do the piecing for this interwoven section here. So this interwoven section is what we did on day 2. On day 1, we did one of these blocks, one of the star point blocks. And on day 2, we did the center block. So the replays are still there. So you can, you're welcome to go back and take a look at those just to see how each of the blocks is stitched out. And on day 3, we did a recap of it. And what else? Oh, we did trimming. We showed everybody how to use the trimmer by George. And we showed everyone how to our anchor point pinning technique. So we showed you how to do that. She's putting a cheat sheet up for me.
She is. You did good though.
Yeah. All right. So we did the trim, pin, and join on Wednesday. Yesterday we did a one-piece backing. So this one here is an example of a one-piece backing. This particular one has a straight stitch in the ditch is how we held all the layers together. Yesterday we showed it to you using a serpentine stitch. And today, while we do the sashing, we are also going to be using our serpentine stitch. And we're going to have the clear, invisible monopoly thread in the needle and the bobbin also.
Yeah. So before Aubrey, I think you want control back in a second because you got your slides in. But before you do, I saw Gretchen's comment and I thought it was just fitting for today. She said, very excited for today, finishing serendipity quilt with backing in the hoop.
Nice.
Very nervous. I've never done sashing before. So this is the live for you.
This
Gretchen.
is Gretchen. You are meant to be here today.
Yes.
So I think we will put you at ease today.
Yes.
It's very easy.
Yeah. All right, Aubrey, go ahead. Take it back over.
Okay. I have something exciting to share with you guys. I did something cool. I just started a comment about this too, Sarah. So this is a question we get a lot. How is there going to be a replay? How can I watch the replay? Our lives are always on YouTube and they'll stay on YouTube forever. But I also have something cool I want to share, and maybe you two over there can tell me. I'm going to share my screen over on our website. I want to make sure this is working. So hopefully somebody can tell me if it isn't, but I'm going to move forward as if we are working. So over on our website, HoopSisters.com, there's this Learn More tab. Hopefully you can see my mouse wiggling around at the far right. And if you click on this and then click members area, and once you go into the members area, look what I did. Look what I did.
Oh, how cool.
There is a Hoop Sisters Academy course in here. And if you click on that, you will be able to see day 1, day 2. So both of the block stitch outs. Then if you click this down arrow, you can watch the trim, pin, and join. Wow, my face looks really good in that one. And then the one-piece backing video is in here. So all this is in here. And then after today, I'll add this one in. So I'm excited about that. And I think it's going to help you all. Sarah's laughing at me. I don't know what's going on.
We shouldn't use sashing as a keyword.
Oh,
dashing. Walking,
yeah.
Smashing. Someone said autocorrect is not like
Yeah. Well, now we know.
Yeah.
Now we know. And I always try to use easy words, but I didn't think about autocorrect. So this will be the challenge for today. Okay. So anyways, I just wanted to let you know that we do have that members area on the website. Great, easy access to all of the replays. Who's excited about that?
I'm excited.
I thought it was cool. And then of course, if you need extra help on top of being able to access all of the content throughout this week, you can reach out to Nina. She's in the comments right now. And her phone number and email is on the screen as always. So you got a couple different resources there. All right. Sarah's still laughing, and she's laughing at you guys.
Someone said Siri won't stop typing smashing.
Oh no.
Siri's like, what is sashing? I know what smashing is.
Oh my. Okay. All right. And just a super quick recap here. This quilt is stunning. It does include all the beautiful quilting. It includes 5-inch and 8-inch block sizes, 2 backing options, and the finished sizes are on the screen. So 37.5 inches squared if you're making the 5-inch block. Thank you. And 60 inches squared if you're making the 8-inch block. And Annie says this is also a beginner-friendly quilt, not to mention you can go back and watch all of the classes. So that's what we got for you today. And I think it's time for me to hand it over to the girls.
Okay, I'm sorry. I was a little distracted by the comments because you guys are kind of cracking me up with the autocorrect stuff. Autocorrect is, you love it when it works right.
Right.
You can't stand it when it won't let you type what you want to type. Okay.
And now it just seems to formulate entire sentence, if not a paragraph, thinking it knows how you're going to respond.
Sometimes it does know, which is creepy.
I know.
It?
It's like reading my mind.
Okay. Should we head over here?
Yep. We're going to head over here. Okay. So here is our little block we've been working on all week. We managed to get it all stitched together. And so this is the one when we did it on Monday and Tuesday where we added our backing fabric while it was in the hoop. And we matched our needle and bobbin thread so that you could see the pretty quilting on the back side as well. So the next step is these are our raw edges that you see here. We used our trimmer by George on those seams, but the seams are showing on the back. So this is where it's time for you to cover it up. So the before we get into how wide to cut your fabric and how to press it, you need to think about, do I want my sashing to contrast the fabric? And I thought it would be good to contrast this so that you guys could see it, because if I used the same fabric, you can just see how well that blends in. It just blends in really well. So it depends on the look that you want. If you want a look where you really can't notice the sashing, then you can match your fabric. If you want a look that makes the back look interesting too, with the grid and stuff for the sashing, then you can go ahead and do that. And I thought this was kind of a fun choice too. It's basically almost the same color background, but it also has some gold, just like golden tans in here, just like the thread that I use. So there's a couple choices that you'll have to make before you do that. So then when it comes time to actually preparing your sashing, what you're going to do, our instructions tells you to cut a 1.5 inch strip. And then what you're going to do is you're going to take it, maybe this dark is not the best to use. I'm going to use this one. So here's a 1.5 inch strip, and you're just going to fold it so the wrong sides are together and that the raw edges meet on the back. So you basically have about a 3/4 inch piece of sashing. So that's how you're going to press it. We do have something new that we have on our website to show you as well. And it is, it's a bias tape maker. So some of you may be familiar with this, using it for other different projects and stuff, but this is just a great way that you can take your fabric and you can slide it through here, and then you can pull it and press it at the same time. So I'm not going to do that because Linda graciously did a video for us. So we're going to show you a video of Linda using the bias tape maker. And this is a 3/4 inch bias tape maker.
The 3/4 inch bias tape maker by Clover is the perfect notion to make sashing for the back of your HoopSisters quilts. Start with freshly pressed fabric and your trimmer by George 3.0. You can locate the sashing line on your trimmer by George, or you can use a regular ruler and cut 1.5 inch strips across the width of your fabric. We're going to stitch all of our strips together with a diagonal seam, just as you would a binding. So I'm going to stitch 3 short strips together just for a demonstration to show you how this works. I chain pieced all my strips together. I'm going to clip the chain apart and trim off the seam allowance, leaving about 1/4 inch. Next, we'll go to the ironing board. Well, I will press open all of the seam allowances from all the strips that we joined together. After my seam allowances are pressed open, I like to give my strip a light coating of Mary Ellen's Best Press. This will help the edges stick together as we run it through the bias tape maker. Then on one end of the fabric, I will cut a diagonal edge to help feed it through, and making sure that I have the seam sides facing up, I will feed it into the bias tape maker on the side that is shown. So it's the side with the red edge. You can take a pin and help feed it through there. That bias cut edge on the end will help. So once you get it in, you can take a pin and just keep pushing it through until it comes out at the folded end. Once it comes out at the smaller end, your two edges should be joining in the middle. So you'll just kind of play with it a little bit to get it to lay nicely. Then take your nice hot iron and start pressing. And you can see I'm holding the iron down for a few seconds as I go. That Mary Ellen's Best Press that we did earlier will help those edges seal. So you'll just pull the bias tape maker a few inches, pick up the iron, set it down for a few seconds, and then continue. As you go, you'll begin to encounter the seams that you made to join your pieces together. And if you trim them nice and tidy, you should be able to work them through no problem. You just keep going, resting that iron for a few seconds as you go. So here, after I picked it up to get a closer view of with the camera, it did come out of the bias tape maker just a little bit. So I moved it back toward the iron where I began and got it realigned and just continued pressing. So I hope you enjoyed this video on how to use the Clover Bias Tape Maker. It's a really quick and easy way to make sashing for your HoopSisters quilts.
All right. Hold on. Okay.
Okay. That was a really good informational video. And Aubrey, are you going to put it up somewhere on the website? Yep, she's given us a thumbs up on that. So that will be posted somewhere into the website.
In that members area that she was talking about.
Right. Yep. Okay, so now we have this. If you can give me this camera now.
Oh, yeah. I'm just watching, and there you go.
Okay, so here's my final strip that I'm going to sew on here. And I just wanted to show you, hopefully, I don't know if you can see it or not, but you can see there's the curvy serpentine stitch that is on both sides of the sashing. And when you look at it on this side, it's really difficult to see in many of these areas. You can see it maybe a little bit better over here, but it is just amazing how it just blends in with the quilting. So I'm going to go to the machine, Sarah, and I'm going to show you how to get started to sew the sashing on here. Okay, go ahead. Okay. All right. So I have the Superior Threads Monopoly Invisible Thread in the bobbin, and I also have it in the needle. And then I have my sashing strip here. And what I like to do is I like to take where you can see where the raw edges meet on the back of your sashing strip. I like to take those raw edges and line them right up with the seam. And you can go just a little bit past the edge of your quilt if you want to get started that way. You can do that. And then I'll pull it back. And I'm just pulling it back to take a look to make sure that this raw edge is matched up with the seam. Now there's a product called Wonder Tape, which is a double-sided tape that you can sew through, and it's 1/4 of an inch wide. It is something that if you wanted to stick it on here and then pull the paper back and place your sashing on there, at least until you get used to that, that's something you can do. But once you do this a couple times, that'll end up being more cumbersome for you than actually just doing what I'm showing you today. So once you have that lined up, and as I put it down, we're going to make sure it stays lined up with that seam. And then I'm going to put this, I have a walking foot on here. I have my serpentine stitch selected. I'm going to start on the edge of my quilt, and I'm just going to sew. I have the edge of the sashing right in the center, like right at center needle position. That way it's going to meander across the sashing and also onto the quilt. And then you can do a peek at any time to make sure the raw edge is lined up with the seam allowance or with your seam. And then you just start sewing. So my raw edge is being lined up here with where my seam is. And I'm just going to sew. And I just pick it up once in a while, make sure that it's lined up perfectly. And it is. So I'm just going to sew right to the end. Okay. I didn't finish I should have hit locking stitch instead of the other one. So, okay.
I know.
All
you
right.
guys are asking so many great questions in the comments. So keep them coming, and we will answer those when she's done with her demonstration.
Yep. So this is my unfinished side. So I'm just going to turn my quilt around, and we don't have to worry about alignment so much because we've already done that. And I'm just going to start at the end and start sewing right there on the edge of the quilt, and just make sure that the folded edge of the sashing is hitting right about at center needle position. And all you have to do is then sew to the end of your quilt. Okay, I'll go back to the cutting table.
Oh, sorry. Sarah and I are doing
We're trying to work together, but working against each other. So now all these edges here that are on the edge of your quilt, you can just trim those off even with the edge of your quilt. And then you can go ahead and put a hanging sleeve on it if you want to. Turn it into a pillow. You can put a binding on it. Just this one section, make a cute little table topper. But you're all set to put binding and get it finished. So there we have it.
Well, that's easy.
Wasn't that easy? That is so easy.
Yeah. Let's see. Okay.
Is it
Do you want to answer some questions?
Sure, I'll try.
Okay. You'll try. Okay. This question was asked quite a few times.
What was the stitch length that you used for the serpentine stitch? Robin, the stitch length we used, typically I will do a default. Sometimes I'll lengthen it a little bit. Let me look and see what stitch length it is at now. The stitch length that it's at now is 3.0.
Okay. And that's kind of that. I feel like I say this too often, but a personal preference thing. If you want it to be a little bit longer, lengthen it even past that. If you like the default on your machine, stick with that.
Right.
And it's not like it doesn't have to be 3.0.
Right.
Okay. Sandy asked, do you use monopoly thread in both bobbin and needle?
Yes, we do, Sandy. And we do that because and on the top for the needle, well, actually when you're sewing, this is the bottom. So this is actually coming, what you'll see on the top is from the bobbin. And since you're going through all the different colors, you're going through white and gold and red, using the invisible thread in the bobbin would avoid having that show up because you are sewing like this. So what you see here is mainly the bobbin thread. And on this side, there have been times when I have matched my needle thread to my sashing, but then every now and then what happens is I might see it pop through if it doesn't have absolutely perfect tension. So that's why we like to use it in both the needle and the bobbin.
Okay, and then Janice asked if you have any suggestions to help old eyes working with invisible thread.
Yes, you get your daughter to help you. No, Janice, I get that. I get that entirely. It is a little difficult to work with. I think one of the things you could do is maybe if you have like a Sharpie and just if you're trying to manually thread it, you can put just a little Sharpie ink on the end of your monopoly and then thread it and then make sure that you cut that off so it doesn't rub on your fabric or anything like that.
And then another suggestion, Ginger said the monopoly pre-wounds have been a game changer for her.
I didn't even think of that, Ginger. Thank you.
So if you don't want to wind your own bobbin for it, that would be helpful as well. And then Brenda wants to know if the monopoly thread is strong.
Yes, it is very strong.
Do you slow your machine down?
I do not slow my machine. I'm in a hurry to get things done. I do not slow it down. I sew like crazy on it. It's not stretchy. It just holds nicely, and we don't slow our machines down here.
Okay, hold on one second.
Sarah's reading more comments.
Robin, this is about the bias tape maker. You want to read that one and I'll read through some other
Okay,
ones.
Robin says if you have a hard time grabbing and pulling your strip of fabric out of the bias tape maker, place a piece of tape on the end to help you pull it through. That's a good idea. Good idea. We're taping our bias binding and coloring on the end of our monopoly thread.
And then Margaret has the bias tape maker and she says it's a time saver.
That's
so that's
awesome.
Wonderful. Okay, here's one more for you.
Okay, do you recommend 3/4 inch bias tape? Will the 1 inch work? We recommend the 3/4 inch, Sharon. The 1 inch, when you're putting 1.5 inch wide piece of fabric through there, it's probably not going to work as well. So we think the 3/4 inch will work better. And then the finished size of your sashing will be 3/4 of an inch instead of a half. And that gives you a little bit more coverage on the back doing your sashing. Yeah.
Okay. Let's see. Sorry, I'm trying to.
That's okay.
Pat wondered, does it matter if you do horizontal or vertical strips first?
It does not matter. It does not matter. On this one, we went one way and then we went the other way. Of course, on this quilt, once you get finished with it, you won't know which way was which because it's a square quilt. So it really does not matter.
And really, you could do a horizontal seam and then a vertical seam, and then you could mix it up however you
could do it like you do a cherry pie crust. Or
weave them together. Ooh, that'd be kind of fun. Okay, there's one.
Did you say you are using a dual feed foot? Amanda, I did have a dual feed foot on there. However, this particular stitch does not accommodate the dual feed on my machine. But if your machine does, I absolutely recommend a dual feed foot. What about a few dots of basting glue? Yep, you could do that too. Absolutely.
And Joyce said, that was a lot easier than I expected.
All right.
I think sashing is one of those things that kind of intimidates people, but it's really not.
Yeah.
It's really not too complicated once you get going with it. Okay, Gretchen had a question.
Okay, how long a piece of sashing should I make for the 29.5 by 29.5? What I would do, Gretchen, is you can either make them in 29.5 inch sections, or what I actually like to do is I'm going to count all my seams, and I'm going to go, I have, let's see, 1, 2, I think I have 3, 4 of them times 29 and a half. And I would say, what's 29 and a half, Aubrey? Can you do some math over there real quick?
Times 4.
So like
A little under
120
120.
inches.
Yeah.
Divided by 42. So you might have 3 strips, 3 1.5-inch strips of fabric by the width of the fabric.
2.8.
2.8. So what you would do is then just sew them together, like in the video that Linda showed. Sew them together on the bias, and then trim off your fabric. And I just like to do it that way, and then run it all through your bias tape maker, press your strips, and then I just lay that, roll it up, and I lay it in my lap, and I just sew as I go. When I get to the end, then I cut it off. So whichever way works easiest for you.
Okay, I just pet the quilt behind us. If you guys saw that, it was because of this question.
Is the monopoly soft feeling in the completed quilt? Well,
I can't feel it.
okay.
Can you?
Yeah, I can't feel
I
it
can't
either.
feel it. I can just feel the texture of the quilting in there, really.
Right.
Okay.
Wish we could let you feel.
Okay, Chelsea has a good question. She says, do you have a recommendation for a class to learn how to quilt in the hoop? I'm new, but want to learn this skill and couldn't find a video on your website.
How to learn how to quilt in the hoop.
We're biased, so we'll say.
Yeah, we're totally biased. Let's see, she's on Facebook, so you must be in our VIP group, which means there are tons of things in there. If you go to YouTube,
or if you're not, because she could be watching on our HoopSisters page as well.
That's true.
So go to our Facebook VIP group. You'll be able to join that group. It's all things quilt in the hoop.
Yep.
And then I know I interrupted you, but
no, that's okay. Talking. That's okay.
We do workshops twice a month.
We do.
And we're live a lot. Pretty much every time we're live, we're stitching a block together, showing you how to put it together with the stitch and flip technique or applique. And all of those videos are either on our Facebook page if you scroll back, or you can find them on YouTube really easily on our channel over there.
Yep. A couple different places to find them. We'll find a lot.
Yes. And this week was Academy week for us. So we walked through from day 1 stitching the block to this is day 5 of Academy week. We walked through from start to finish this week in good detail. So hopefully that will be a good resource for you.
And Shirley says, so when you sew blocks together, you use another row of sashing over that seam. Yes, you do. You absolutely do.
There's Nancy's question.
Nancy asks, are you using the smoky color or the clear monopoly? I use the clear on here. So, and on this dark green, I mean, you really can hardly see it. I can almost see and it's basically indentations of the fabric on the gold better than I can even see it on the green.
To be honest, I almost exclusively use the clear one, not the smoke colored one. So, and then this is another question about smoky.
Betsy, I'd say smoky would blend better if you have a lot of mostly dark fabrics. If you're going from light to dark, I would probably stick with the light, because the smoky, like on this color here, would definitely show up. You'd probably be able to see it. So unless you have a lot of darker fabrics, like if you had these 3 fabrics and then maybe a dark background, then you'd probably want to try the smoky. The other thing to think about too is maybe the smoky would be stitched on this side of the sashing, but maybe the other one, the regular clear one, would be stitched on the other side.
That hurts my brain to plan now.
I know. That's a lot of planning. So I would probably just go with the clear.
Cheryl asked if there's bulk at the intersections of your seams, like the corners.
Of the vertic. I think she means here.
Yep.
I mean, it's not bad at all. It really is not bad. I don't think the machine had no problem going through it. So I don't think it's bulky.
Yeah. Okay. And Brenda said, I may have missed this, but do you run the sashing the entire length of the quilt?
Yes, because you will most likely have a seam the entire length of the quilt. So you'll just start from the top and do it all the way to the bottom.
Okay, these next two are, hold on. These next two are some good encouragement if you are new.
Hi, Dana. She says, any of the Hoop Sisters patterns are so helpful to learn. I learn all the time. The quilting is beautiful, and even beginners get a professional looking quilt. Thank you, Dana.
That's awesome. And then Linda had this to say.
The instructions you receive with the quilts are so informative. First-time quilters will have no problem. My first Hoop Sisters was Jacobian Journey and had no problem learning. Oh, kudos to you. That's awesome. Jacobian Journey is gorgeous.
It is. Okay. Aubrey, did I answer all the questions? Well, did Annie answer all the questions, I should say? I think we did. Okay. I'm going to send it back.
Okie dokie. So a couple things. I'm seeing a lot of comments that YouTube is acting up today. I don't know. It's working. There's people on it, but there's comment problems. Sounds like a YouTube thing. We might have broke the internet with Hoop Sisters Academy. But luckily I see you guys are finding us on Facebook and able to comment there. So that's fantastic. And we will put this in our members area as well. Okay, so I'm going to go through these next few things pretty quick because, guys, I've said it all week, right? And if you weren't here all week and you want me to slow down, just ask a question in the comments and we'll do that. But we do still have fabric kits. So if you waited all week long before you decided whether or not you were going to order, we do have that on the website. It's got 6.5 yards of fabric in it. Gorgeous poppy cotton and Michael Miller. That's all I'm going to say about the fabric kit today. But if you have questions, let us know and Sarah will star it and we'll go back to it. We also still have the toolbox on the website, but it won't stay there. It's limited time. The toolbox is really nice if you are new to our technique and you kind of want to have all the things that we recommend without having to try to keep us and go through the website and get them all individually. So our 5 yards of battleizer, enough to get you started on this quilt. We have the Trimmer by George 3.0 in there. We have our Hoop Scissors Mini, as well as the 300 yards of Vanish Light thread, which is the water soluble thread. That's all for $105. And of course, today's the last day to get 10% off by adding 2 or more items from the order link that Nina's posting in the comments. I also heard our stock is going down on the bias tape maker. So if that is something that you want to try out for $8.50, can't beat it. Make sure you check out with that in your cart. That is not something that we're going to carry like every day. Once they're gone, they're gone. So make sure that you, if you want one, get your hands on that before the end of the day. Okie dokie. So just to wrap this all up, today is our final day together. It's the end of the promotions. All the promotions I'm about to go into end tonight at midnight, September 26th at midnight. So Woven Star, if you want the Woven Star design and you put that in your cart, if you add something else from that same category, and I'm talking like battleizer, whether it's 15 yards or 5 yards, battleizers in that category. Our Trimmer by George, which we demonstrated on Wednesday, that you're going to want, also included in this. The fabric kit, even the toolbox. If you put 2 or more of those items in your cart today before midnight, it's going to take 10% off automatically, which is amazing. And the other thing that's going to happen is a bonus is going to pop in your cart for free, a bonus project, which we'll show you in just a moment. Last but not least, if your cart hits $149, your shipping is going to be free if your order is shipping within the contiguous US, okay? So all of these promotions are going bye-bye at midnight. Don't say I didn't warn you. There are a couple exclusions to that 10% off. That would be things like wool, the strip stick, the threads, and any pre-cut fabrics, okay? Everything else is included in that new arrivals collection in that 10% off. Do you ladies want to show the bonus over there?
Sure.
This is going away tonight too.
This is the bonus, and the bonus is basically,
I don't know what I'm doing.
all right. The bonus is basically an alternate center. So instead of doing the woven part of the inside of the star. If you're looking to do something patriotic for the 250th anniversary of the United States, you know, preparing for that, or just you like patriotic stuff, you get it 5-inch and 8-inch blocks. And this is our bonus, which is something that can be switched out for the center of your table runner. Our table runner on the ends, we did that. And then in the center, we put the cute little patriotic heart.
Hey, real quick, before we let Aubrey chat with you guys a little more, I see Speedy Boston Parasol. I don't know. I like your name. Is there backing fabric? I assume you're talking about with the fabric kit. The fabric kit does not have backing fabric included in it. It's just fabric to make the front of your block. So no backing, no sashing in there.
It does have binding fabric.
Yep, it does have binding. Everything for the front,
right,
to finish it off as far as fabric goes. So just be aware of that. And Aubrey, go ahead and chat with them.
Okay, you know what time it is? It's giveaway time. Our last giveaway of the week. The keyword was sashing. I know it was a struggle. I'll never use it again. But today you got to figure out how to type sashing real quick. And actually, I think it was Loretta said, if you type sashing, then hit space, then hit enter. She said that worked for her. So there's your tip. And I am going to share my screen and we're going to pick a lucky winner. I know autocorrect can be a bear, but I already had it set up that way, so we're going to roll with it. Let's see. Okay, a couple more people getting in on this today. Who is it going to be? Okay. Oh, it switched on me. Did you see that? Okay. Karen Long Gross watching over on Facebook. Congratulations, Karen. You are the winner of our final $50 store credit giveaway of the week. So what you're going to want to do is email Nina, email her right away and let her know that you are the day 5 winner of our $50 in HoopSisters store credit, and she will get that added to your account. Okay. Congrats.
Congratulations. Now she can shop.
Now you can go shopping. Okay. So the other thing to keep in mind is, I'm going to say it just one more time. Our promotions end at midnight. I really don't want to come in on Monday and have someone go, I missed it. Help.
It's our midnight, not there. It's Eastern.
Yeah.
It's midnight or yours.
It's our midnight. My midnight is probably earlier than some of you all. Eastern time. We're in Ohio, so it is Eastern time. So don't wait too long. Don't stay up till midnight. Just don't do that. I know we don't around here. We're pretty early birds. Okay. The last thing that we're going to say is, if you need any help, I think this week has been fantastic. What I love about doing these live classes is you guys can really steer where we go. So we take the time to check for questions, answer them. And I think we did a pretty darn good job of answering all the questions about the process. But if you have any questions about where do I find the replay, or my cart isn't really doing what I thought it would with the 10%, anything like that, we can help you out. Just get a hold of Nina. Her information is all over the screen right now, and she will give you a hand. Okay. I think you guys had fun. I think you guys had fun today. That's what I'm seeing in the comments. But all right, girls, anything else you want to share?
I don't think so.
All right.
I
Well,
think you covered it all. Good job.
Hey, you too. You did a great job. All right. I'm going to add that bias tape maker video to the members area of our website as well. But we hope you guys have a fantastic weekend. We hope you learned something, and just go give it a try. Give it a try. All right. Have a good weekend, everyone. Thank you.